I did mention that I have increased my size tire, my wheel, and one of the things that I noticed is the rubbing. So I'm gonna go ahead and do some modifications to my bumper, just to avoid that rubbing. I seen some TRDs have a kind of template they need to go with, and that's how they can cut it and make it work. So basically, you guys can see I measure it right there because this is the edge that the tire is rubbing. So what I'm gonna do is just gonna cut that piece and kind of push this fender out. Let me switch the view. Okay, so basically what I did is I removed the screws on both sides. They hold the fender. Now what I'm gonna do is I'll mark it for this little edge right here, this curve right in that corner. The template that they have and they sell is about 6 inches. So I just measure kind of 5.5. This is 5.5. Measure, run across the line, run a tape, and now I'm gonna cut it. You guys can see probably. That's what I'm gonna use to cut it. And I'm gonna sand it up a little bit just to remove the rough edges. But this part right here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push it to the front of the bumper, drill some holes right here and here in this part, right? So we're basically replacing these holes, kind of moving them, and then I'm gonna secure it again. I'm gonna push them in so the tire will not rub, because also I believe it's gonna rub in here. So that's what I'm gonna do in both sides. I'll let you guys see when I'm done with it. As you guys can see, I did my first cut. Didn't take me more than 5 minutes, probably even less. This is the piece that I cut out. All right. So I'm gonna work on the other side cutting it, and then I'm gonna work on pushing this in. Also, I have to make sure I turn the wheels to ensure that it's not rubbing anymore. All right. Okay, so I have finished cutting the two pieces out on both sides, the passenger and the driver. These are the pieces, just to see, kind of put it right side by side to see if my measurements were correct. They're very much the same size, so it's the same height. So that means my measurements were correct. So I'm gonna go ahead now and work on the drilling the holes and secure the underliner. All right, so this is the final product. As you can see, I cut it for that angle all the way up to here. All right, sand it out with a 220 sandpaper, make it smooth. You won't even know that somebody cut it unless you look closely. And here, the liner, I push it so I can drill the holes. That's how I did it. Basically what I did is kind of put it where it's supposed to go. Push it towards the fender, the bumper, I'm sorry, front bumper. So it will just clear out the space. I already turned the wheels on both sides just to see if it touches. It's not touching here on the front. So with those holes, I'm gonna push this liner from forward, and now I'm just gonna secure with the screws. And this side should be done, the front part. I know I need to do something on the back because it's also touching on the back. All right, so same thing as the other side. The passengers, I just push them in, mark where you need the holes. This is the new hole for this side. This is the new hole, and I have to cut this so it can actually fit in here. It needs to go in there. So now that I push it in, as you guys can see, that should work. Okay, so done with the front part. What I use for the holes is 3/8. That's how I drill the hole with. This one, just drill the hole, go and secure it, fine, no problem. This one, I have to do a small cut so I can make it fit. Basically, this is how the piece was, and I just cut that part so this part go in. Right? No big deal. Scissors, ruler. cutters will work as well. So now we're gonna move to the other side. Okay, so the driver's side, I didn't have to cut anything, I didn't have to do anything, I just have to drill 2 new holes to make this, to push this in, to align it with it, and that's about it. So right now, this is where it's supposed to be, this is where it's gonna be, and now I'm just gonna secure it. Alright, and that's how it looks. You guys can see, you can barely tell. Sand it up, remove the rough edges, drill the new holes for the liner. All good. Now I'm gonna go to the other side. See, this is how it looks on the inside. Same thing. You won't see it. So tools I use: cutter, just go down the liner, ratchet, 10 millimeters pencil, 3/8 drill bit, measuring tape, painter's tape, drill, and a cutter. Those are the tools that I use to get this job done.